let's spend a little time talking about this man. Here he comes, David Moyes. He went away, came back on our screen. He won't be coming back to Manchester United because there's only one club in the world who could sack a manager and it would become the biggest story in the world, and that is Man U. And it all started with a tweet. First, this one from Manchester United. We've announced that David Moyes has left the club, they told us. Very shortly afterwards, they say that they'd like to put on the record the hard work, honesty and integrity that David Moyes brought to the job. Not enough to keep him in it, though. And then we were told that Ryan Giggs, player coach at the moment, played for United for many, many years, he's taking over first-team responsibility just until they've made a permanent manager in the job. We've no idea when that's going to happen. So a lot to tell you about this story. First of all, some facts and figures about David Moyes to give you an idea of how things didn't go to plan. 51 matches. Let's bring this on and you'll see that of those 51 matches, 27 were wins. That might sound good, but for Manchester United, that's not good enough. 15 losses, that's what's left to Manchester United, 7th in the table at the moment, 53% success rate. To put that in context, when Sir Alex Ferguson took over, his first season, he had a 45% win rate, but perhaps more relevant, in the Premier League last year when they won, the win rate was over 73%. Now, because of those results and, quite frankly, the feeble performances that went with them, David Moyes has had quite a lot of explaining to do in the last 10 months. Let me show you how.
Didn't reach the heights we needed to reach tonight to get ourselves a result. We'll go on to the next game, that's all we can do. We never really get going from the start. We didn't deserve it because of the way we played tonight. I'm just going to try and keep winning the games. The teams above us are doing well. We're well aware of that, but we're going to try and keep fighting for it. Well, I take responsibility. It's my team. Me and the team, we didn't show it together, and it's something which we have to do.
Well, the thing with Manchester United is they don't just have fans here in England, they've got fans all over the world. They've all been discussing the big news today. Let's see some of them who've been talking to the BBC.
I think it's a good move because, as you can see in the last match against Sunderland, he just didn't know what he was doing. He just defended against Lukaku.
He should have been given more time at least to prove himself, because even Ferguson, as we know, the first year he had the same situation as Moyes right now.
I'm happy because we need results at the end of the day. About the club, it's results, and he hasn't been able to perform.
Well, that is beyond dispute. You'll have to look very hard to find anyone who thinks that perhaps he should not have been sacked. Let's bring in Richard Conway, who's no doubt had a very busy day at the BBC Sports Centre, not far from Manchester United's ground. So, Richard, talk us through the main contenders.
Well, Manchester United are looking now to see who can replace David Moyes. We're looking at the big bistros of world football, the likes of course, of Jurgen Klopp at Borussia Dortmund. We're talking about Pep Guardiola, of course, at Bayern Munich, people like Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid. But the problem with those three men, of course, is that they are only recently joined those clubs, and the chances of them moving, well, they are slim, it has to be said. So, who else could Manchester United look to? Well, there is Louis van Gaal. He is the manager of the Netherlands. He's a man, of course, who has won Champions League with Ajax. He was managed at Barcelona, who, of course, has taken Bayern Munich to success in Germany as well. Could he be the man who could come in and revive Manchester United's fortunes? Now, the one issue with Van Gaal is, of course, he will be taking the Netherlands to the Brazil World Cup this summer. That means that, in theory, if Netherlands do quite well, he might not be in a position to join the club until July. And, of course, the club are looking to hit the ground running in this transfer window. There's a restructuring job to be done. They want somebody in, as I understand it, within the next few weeks.